Good afternoon. Often when I'm at these events, I seem to be the individual that has to interrupt amazing conversations. Our table is just kind of finishing getting through the questions that Jennifer challenged us to try to answer, and we had kind of fun with that, reminiscing for some of us about years ago and for the students about what's going on for them right now. Well, welcome to the 12th annual scholarship luncheon. As Jennifer said, I can remember back when we started and we were a relatively small group, and it's grown amazingly, which is really outstanding. My name is Doug Estry. I am the Associate Provost for Undergraduate Education and Dean of Undergraduate Studies, which is a very long title to simply say that I get the good fortune of working with undergraduate academic policy at the institution and helping faculty and units facilitate some of the amazing new things that we're doing with undergraduates at MSU. Before I go any further, there's a few people that I would like to recognize. Many of you know some of these individuals already. One of them is Jennifer Bertram, who was at the podium to begin with. Jennifer is our Chief Development Officer for Scholarships and Fellowships, and it's been great working with her over the years. Working with Jennifer and our team is Maura Benton, and Maura Benton over here. Many of you know Maura because you've worked with her. Katie McMurray, who works primarily with the Honors College, but is part of our team as well. Katie Kelly, who's way back there in the back and does an amazing job of communication for our office. And Amber Trudell, who all of you met as you came in. Amber's kind of the person who's responsible for keeping us all on track. They work very hard during the year to put on this luncheon. We are very pleased this year that you're joining us to kick off the homecoming weekend. As Jennifer said, it's a little different this year. And also to celebrate our students. And for you, the literally hundreds of donors that we have that are making an amazing difference in the lives of students at Michigan State University. Our theme this year for the luncheon is "The Sky's the Limit." And I hope as you've been talking to the students at the table, you realize that we know and that they know that being at Michigan State University, the sky really is the limit. And in many cases, that opportunity is available to them because of your generosity. There's a few additional individuals in the room I would like to take a moment to introduce. These are both current and former MSU leaders. First, I'd like to introduce, and she probably won't like this, my boss, but someone who I have had the pleasure of working with in a variety of capacities while I've been here at Michigan State University, and that is our Provost, Dr. June Hewitt. Thank you, June, for being here this afternoon. A member of our team that you'll hear from shortly, Dr. Karen Klomparens, who is Associate Provost and Dean of the Graduate School. Vice President for Advancement, Bob Groves, who all of us work closely with and is leading all of these efforts around campus. A very wonderful individual who's with us many times, and we're very thankful that she is here, Pauline Adams, the First Lady Emeritus of Michigan State University. And Pauline is a longtime scholarship and donor. And finally, Barbara Sawyer-Koch. And Barbara was a trustee emeritus at MSU. Thank you, Barbara. There's one other individual I'd like to recognize, and unfortunately she couldn't be here, and I think she's somewhere in an airplane over the Pacific on her way to Australia to do a presentation, but that's Cynthia Jackson Elmore. Cynthia is the Dean of the Honors College and also an important member of our scholarship and fellowship team. So thank you to those individuals, and thank you to all of you, donors and students who were here with us this afternoon. As Associate Provost, one of the things that I enjoy most, as Jennifer said for her earlier, is this particular luncheon and meeting donors from around the country who are interested in supporting MSU, and in particular, in our case, supporting scholarships and fellowships for students. For students today, a college education is essential in order for them to achieve their dreams, because we deepen their disciplinary knowledge, but we also, importantly, help them develop their professional abilities. That college education is increasingly expensive, as you all know, and therefore, without your support and the ongoing efforts, in fact, of our provost and our president, that dream for some of them would not be attainable. The support that you provide helps to limit and often eliminate the need for students to take out loans in order to pay for their undergraduate education. As many of you may be aware, MSU is about to announce a new capital campaign, and we are excited about the opportunity that the campaign brings to continue to showcase what makes MSU great and how, working together in a partnership, we can continue to strengthen our institution. Support for students at both the undergraduate and graduate levels will be one of the key goals of our campaign. My colleague Karen Klomparens will share some exciting news with you about a campaign lead gift in support of graduate students. As I indicated, Karen is the Associate Dean of the Graduate School, and I'd like to welcome her to the podium. And when Karen is finished, I encourage you to watch closely a video that we have prepared for you. So, Karen, welcome.
Thank you, Doug, and thanks to all of you, our donors, for supporting our various students across the campus, and to the students themselves who have chosen Michigan State University. It's my pleasure to be here today to celebrate your generosity and the accomplishments of our students. The Graduate School is having a banner year in 2014. We are celebrating our 20th anniversary in our current configuration. We are celebrating the 20th anniversary of our University Distinguished Fellowship Program. And just last week, we started moving into a renovated building, the last lab row building on Circle Drive, Chittenden Hall, which has forestry on the top, so many of you might have had classes in Chittenden Hall. But the Graduate School just started moving in there, and it will be the home for graduate education at Michigan State University, so we're very pleased with that. I'm thrilled today to announce the generosity of Blake and Mary Krieger, our first donor-funded University Distinguished Fellowship. So this one will be a program that is a highly competitive award across the campus. It funds a set of PhD students who are coming here for advanced research degrees and provides full support for those students. The new doctoral students are nominated by their faculty each year within their departments. The selection process is very, very competitive. And as I worked with the Kriegers, it was their intent to make sure that this gift provided a way to attract top PhD students to Michigan State University and from across the country to study here. Just as our athletic coaches have to recruit across the top athletes across the country, our faculty want to attract the top graduate students into their programs. It is highly competitive. Every single one of these PhD students who comes to Michigan State has a set of offers from the best universities in the country. And we want to be able to compete with those other universities, because part of it is attracting these students to Michigan State for the faculty and for their research programs. But a lot of it also is the reputation of universities, particularly big public research universities, is based on the quality of the graduate programs and the research that those students and faculty turn out together. So Blake and Mary Krieger saw the need at Michigan State to be more competitive in this arena and to enhance our national and our international reputation for the institution. So I'm pleased today to introduce to you Derek Stobaugh. Derek is the first University Distinguished Fellow, has begun his PhD program in Industrial and Organizational Psychology, which is one of our interdisciplinary programs. It is crossed between the Department of Psychology and the Department of Management at Michigan State. So it crosses departments and crosses college. So Derek is one of our academic superstars. So he came to MSU, highly recommended, and we're thrilled to have him here on this Krieger Fellowship. So thank you, Derek. We're very grateful for the leadership of Blake and Mary Krieger. Their gift will not only help us bring amazing graduate students to Michigan State for the years to come, but it helps us share the story of the importance of graduate education for a place like Michigan State. The Kriegers are not able to join us, but I wanted to be able to use this opportunity to thank them publicly during this scholarship and fellowship event. Like many of you in the room, you donors, you saw a need, your love for Michigan State, and you decided to step up and make a gift that makes all the difference for our various students. It's now my pleasure to invite you to sit back and hear from some of the students themselves. The video we're about to show includes students at both the undergraduate and the graduate level who are benefiting from the generosity of all of you.
When I first found out that I was going to get a scholarship from MasterCard to study here at MSU, my mind went blank. Like for a second, I had applied, but it was like a dream come true.
So when I found out I was getting the Jean and Denver Day scholarship going into my freshman year, I was really, really excited.
So I got an email saying that I received the Krieger Fellowship, and I read it, and I was just so excited, absolutely elated.
Like my counselors, they were just loud, screaming, like, you got it, you got it. I was like, what did I get? And they was like, you got it, you got it, you got this Eastman scholarship.
Being a recipient of the Alumni Distinguished Scholarship has allowed me to study what I want without concern to the cost of the number of credits that I've been taking.
To make these experiences come true for someone like me, who's a first-generation college student, who comes from a household with just one single father, it makes the biggest impact possible.
With the scholarship, it really helped me out. It made me see that people are willing to give to you and invest in your future.
I think anyone, when they're going through a big change in life, they want some reassurance that they're making the right decision. And for me, that's kind of what that was. It was a reassurance that people believed in the school, in the program, believed in the graduate students that MSU could attract.
I kind of wish that everyone had the opportunity to talk to these students that are my classmates and fellow ADS recipients and just see some of the things that they're working on, some of their plans, or just the way their minds work. I don't think I've ever been around such a impressive and interesting and ambitious group of people.
My immediate goal is to get back to Ghana. I have learned so much that I look forward to using it back at home. My dream is to be able to create an environment where youth can come in and learn employable skills.
I saw that if someone wants to help me out, I should help somebody else out. So Successful Sisters Mentoring Program is a program I started. It's for young ladies to help them find themselves. They need to recognize who they are now in order for them to be who they want to be in the future.
I do want my research to have an impact on people. So I think really what attracted me to MSU was I just thought it was a perfect place for me to go to really kind of achieve these goals that I've really been wanting to work towards.
I really wouldn't be at Michigan State if I hadn't got the Alumni Distinguished Scholarship.
I think that donors should know that every little bit makes the biggest difference, whether it's $5 or $500 or $5,000. It makes a huge difference on the school and the students.
One of the main reasons that I wanted to donate to someone else was because of Steve Smith. His scholarship really changed my life, and I want to change someone else's life and make an impact on their life like he did to me.
It's absolutely humbling that the Kriegers would give to MSU, that they would believe in the student body like that. I just want to tell them, and I want them to know that I won't let them down. I will work hard to make them proud and know that their gift really meant something.
And I would say thank you, not just for me, but for all the other dreams they are yet to make come true.
I hope you see from that just a very small sampling of the amazing impact that what you do has on students at Michigan State University. And it's not just because you have provided them with support to achieve their degree. As you heard, it's because you're instilling in them a real model, a learning for what it means to be a future philanthropist and give back to others. And we have many examples of that around campus. A number of years ago, it was actually back in 1999, we had an anonymous donor who started a scholarship here at Michigan State University. Originally, that scholarship was to be directed to 2 students who were from Wyoming, and they wanted to be very, very sure that we were not just picking the best of the best. They had a series of criteria that were very important to them, and they wanted to give students from Wyoming a chance to experience a Research One institution like Michigan State University who might not otherwise have been able to do that. The scholarship is now referred to as the STARR Scholarship, and some people ask me where did that come from. It was the name of their dog. And that scholarship has now grown to 8 students annually from Wyoming that receive full 4-year ride scholarships, and 6 students from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. About 5 years ago, I had an opportunity to begin to work with the donors and the students who we recruit to be part of this scholarship. And it's been one of the most rewarding experiences I've had here at Michigan State University. And so that you have an opportunity to hear directly from a student, I'd like to introduce one of those scholars. I think it was 3.5 years ago, Provost Jewett, that Provost Jewett joined Bob Groves and I in Wyoming to do interviews, and this young man was one of the students that we interviewed, who we saw at that time some great potential in. We fortunately were smart enough, and for myself sometimes I wonder about that, but we were fortunately smart enough to pick this young man to come to Michigan State University. He now tells me he's 219 days from graduation. That's not said in a bad way, by the way, because I've watched him kind of as a mentor very closely over this time, and if you had an opportunity to see every one of the experiences, you would be amazed. This young man has done so much better than we could ever have anticipated or potentially wanted for him. Most recently, and we're just in the beginning of this process, but he was chosen as an MSU nominee to be considered for the Rhodes and the Marshall fellowships. So, and I've tried to tell him whether you get those or not, that's an amazing step along the way. So this young man's very near and dear to my heart, and I am very pleased to introduce Mario Gutierrez to share a little bit about himself and what these scholarships has meant to him. So Mario, come on up.
Hello, everybody. First, I'd just like to clarify that, yes, it is 219 days, but they're very mixed with emotion of, happiness. I'm getting ready to get out into the world and a new phase of my life, but it's also scary at the same time. I've had such a wonderful time at this institution. So I really want to begin by saying how honored I am to be at such a wonderful institution like Michigan State University. I want to thank everybody for coming here and giving me the opportunity to tell you a little bit about my experience that I've had, and also tell you about the impact and how this scholarship has truly, truly changed my life. So for me to say that this scholarship has changed my life may seem like a very generalized statement, very vague. A lot of people say a lot of things change their lives. But this opportunity has really changed my life at such a profound level. It has given me opportunities that I would have never had due to my limited view of the world. It has opened doors for me that I could have never opened due to my limited resources and circumstances. I am a first-generation Mexican-American. My parents never went beyond a 6th grade education, and it was never expected of me to attend college. Going into my senior year, I had no plans, and then I came across such a wonderful scholarship, and I was honored to be a recipient. So primarily what this scholarship has done for me, I already mentioned it, has given me the opportunity to come to this wonderful institution. And that in itself is tremendous, because in this institution, I have changed completely. This institution has helped me flourish into the person that I am today, and has helped me set my ideals of the type of person that I want to become, and has helped me view what I want to do in my life and how I want to impact others. It has allowed me primarily to develop academically. I'm studying chemical engineering, and again, I have 219 days. It's been a tough 3.5 years, but totally worth it. Anyway, encourage people to do engineering. But has allowed me not just to develop academically, but also professionally, giving me a lot of resources beyond the classroom, has allowed me to really flourish as a young person searching for a career. It has allowed me to meet wonderful people, a wonderful mix of variety and different cultures, friends that I would have never had the chance to meet or even interact with if I would have not been able to come here. Most importantly, I would say that this scholarship has really given me the opportunity to develop initiatives that I want to follow as a person to be successful. And one of the things that I've learned through my activities here is that giving back is very, very important. Through my activities, I've become very involved with community service, a lot of service activities, and working and helping others is so rewarding. Looking at other people develop themselves and helping them is so rewarding, and that is something I want to continue doing, and I'm very sure that all of you share that mentality of helping others, and that giving back is very important. So most of all, I honestly can't explain what I feel right now. It's crazy that the area of the brain that controls deep emotion and passion and drive is not the same area that controls language and reason. So it literally is difficult for me to put into words what this has meant to me. Just has put me at a complete different level, has opened my eyes, has opened doors that I would have never been able to pursue, has given me a dream, has given me a drive, has given me the ability to see myself as a human being and acknowledge my rights, acknowledge my capabilities and my potential. And what I want to do is help others see their potential and see how wonderful it is when it is developed. So again, I say it's difficult for me to put into exact words what I feel, but it is such a wonderful feeling when you're able to experience such an amazing community that is here at Michigan State University. So thank you all very much for listening to me, and go green or white.
I'm supposed to wrap this up right now, but I'm going to tell 2 quick little stories, just to give you an example of his growth mindset. First semester Mario was here. I checked his grades at the end of the semester because I kind of watch these kids. And he had, it seems to me there were 4 classes that semester, 5, okay, sorry. 4 of them he got a 4.0 in, and 1 he got a 3.5. Terrible, huh? I'd like to talk to that faculty member. But I sent Mario an email, and I said, congratulations on such an outstanding first semester. And you know what his response was? I'll do better next. And he did. So, and the STARR Scholars are another example. These students, in order to give back to the university and other students because of what had been given to them, they started their own endowment in the name of the individual who had originally worked with the donors to establish this scholarship. So now we're giving scholarships in the name of the STARR Scholars and the original member of Michigan State University community who helped establish this. So it's a pretty amazing story. All of you are doing the same thing, and we really appreciate your support. And I hope today at this luncheon, and I hope you can continue at this luncheon as you would like, to hear the stories of the students at the table with you. So thank you very much for your time. I hope that many of you are here for the rest of the festivities for homecoming. There are a lot of them. It's a really exciting time. Thank you for being here, and thank you for everything you do for Michigan State University and our students. Thanks.